If you're gay, then you're gay. Don't pretend that you're straight. You could be who you are any day of the week.
He is a hustler, he's no good at all. He is a loser, he's a bum 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 bum. He loves you 'cause he's unreliable. He is a sucker with a gun 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 gun. I know you told me I should stay away. I know you said he's just a tough boss guy. He's a bad boy, he's a dating hard. And even I know this is hard. But mama, I'm in love with a criminal. And this type of love isn't rational, it's physical. Mama, be so bad, I will be alright. Always on the side, I just can't deny. Love the guy. He is a villain by the devil's out. He is a killer just for fun, 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 fun. The man is snitching unpredictable. He's got no conscience, he got none, none, none. I know, shouldn't let go, but I know. 'Cause he's not that like a dating boy. And even I know this is hard. But mama, I'm in love with a criminal. And this type of love isn't rational, it's physical. Mama, please don't cry, I will be alright. Always on his side, I just can't deny. Love the guy. He's not my name. Tattoo on his lucky charm. So I guess it's okay. He's to blame. And if he's on, try to blame, we must keep us apart. I'll be here, I care. Cause mama, I'm in love with a criminal. And this type of love isn't rational, it's physical. Mama, please don't cry, I will be alright. Always on his side, I just can't deny. Love the guy. Mama, I'm in love with a criminal. And this type of love isn't rational, it's physical. Mama, please don't cry, I will be alright. Always on his side, I just can't deny. Love the guy.
That song was Criminal by Britney Spears off her Female Fatigue album, still. So, last chapter, chapter 25, Christmas Eve, of the story What You Don't Know. We know that Drake has a crush on Jay. And Drake has been trying to tell Jay that he does have a crush on him and he wants to be more than friends. So, that's kind of what happened at the end of this chapter. And we also found out Jay's present for Drake was the guitar that Jay saw Drake looking at in that closet in the guest room. Tell him you love him. You can do it. You can do it. You can. I'm just really glad I got to spend Christmas with my favorite person and best friend ever. I smiled and pushing him into a friendly hug. Pulling him into a friendly hug. I didn't lie to him. But it's not what I had planned. Wow, you've completely blew that opportunity. It was a good one too. You were all alone and you warmed him up. Great, just great. Me too, I smiled, hugging him back tightly. You're the best friend ever. Want to be more, Jay? I do, I really do. Chapter 26. New Year's Eve. Yeah, not original enough, I know. Jay's point of view. New Year's Eve. We had to go back to our dorm tomorrow. We're leaving my house tomorrow. I frowned and pulled on my sweatpants and sat on my bed. Yes, we're fine. Yes. We're that family that doesn't get drunk and party all night. Drake told me he would wake me up at midnight, though. I throw a mini dance party. Throw a mini dance party in my room. I miss my bed. I miss my bed. I miss Carly and Aunt Linda. I wasn't ready to leave again. Not one bit. I let out a deep sigh and pulled the covers over my shoulders and reached over and turned my bedside lamp off. I closed my eyes and fell into a deep sleep. I could see rain through the window and hear a patter against the sills. Carly's peep voice surrounded my senses. I sit in the same spot as I did that night, and she walks in helping me with the math problem. She lays her hand on my forearm and tells me, "We'll get through it together, we'll finish the problem." And my aunt walks out. Your mom and dad, no, I know what's coming. I know that she heard it on the phone. I jumped from my chair and ran straight out the front door too fast to let Carly or Aunt Linda say anything at all. I knew all too well what happened. I run and run and run. I came across a familiar street we would ride on every time we were coming home from the north side of town. I heard police sirens and kept running. I see the red and blue flashing lights. My heart shuddered when my eyes fell upon the car. I see a stretcher, 2 stretchers, both lifting bodies. No, get me out of here. Please, I ran across the street towards them and shoved my way through the police and doctors and see my mom and dad, but they hardly even look human because of the damage. I realize they aren't human. They're corpses now. I fall to the ground, screaming, and my hand shaking my shoulder. Jay! My eyes shot open and I saw an extremely concerned Drake staring down at me. I realized I was panting and shaking. Jay, are you okay? It took forever to wake you up. I kept saying your name, but what were you dreaming about? I could hear you from down the hall. I don't know how Carly and Aunt Linda didn't wake up, he said, rubbing my shoulder where my hand already had been set. I met his eyes but I didn't see him. I couldn't shake the dream out of my head that night. I saw them when I was running away. I saw them. I sat by my bed absolutely frozen and wide-eyed. Jay? Drake's voice was smooth and calm. Jay, it's okay, tell me more. He gently pulled the covers off and realized I was sweating too and blushing. He smiled. It's okay, it's just warm in here. Even though I was lying, it made me feel better. I was still mostly paralyzed, so he held my arm as I moved around, sitting cross-legged on the bed facing him. So let me guess. You heard the news and took off. And then you saw them, your parents. I've never seen a face so concerned. But even when he was worried, he had a calm composure that was settling to me. I just nodded and stared at my lap, fighting back tears. It's okay, just cry. I cried like a baby in front of you before, remember? He offered a gently smile. It's okay. I couldn't help it. I buried my face in my hands and sobbed. I felt the bed shift and felt Drake's arms around my shoulders. I leaned into him, letting his warmth calm me down. Just let it out. Don't forget to breathe, though. Please. There's plenty of air in here. You can use some of it. I'm feeling generous. He smiled at me. Even though I wasn't looking, I could hear his voice. I smiled and even laughed quietly. I couldn't help it. Drake could always find a way to make me smile. There you go, he smiled more. He pulled me into a hug, his arms wrapping around me completely, so I didn't even have a free arms to hug him back. I laughed a little and rested my head on his shoulder. He was rubbing my back, and it felt so nice. It reminded me of when my mom would rub my back when I was little. It would always help me make me feel better. Thank you, Drake, I whispered. He smiled and held me closer if it was possible. Don't thank me. I've always got your back. Too late. I already did. Deal with it. I smiled against his shoulder. Ooh, getting sassy with me, are we? I felt his body lightly shake as he laughed quietly. I smiled, but when I wanted to ask him a serious question, so I pulled away and looked at him. Drake, I know you're gay, but how did you find out? I kind of blurted. He tried to laugh. Jay, he let out a chuckle. Why did you suddenly decide to ask me about my sexuality? No, really, Drake, I frowned. Why are you asking? Do you like guys or something? Do you like a guy or something? He teased, pushing my shoulder lightly. I blushed red. His eyes grew wide. You do like a dude. Damn, he grinned. Is he nice? Where'd you guys meet? I started laughing. It's you. It's you. He's really nice. I didn't know what to say. I just wanted to know how to find out if he's right. I like a guy too, Drake said casually. Finally! Shrugging and smiling. Yeah, but you're gay. Yeah, but you're gay, I said. Smiling, looking down, trying not to sound rude. He smiled, but didn't make a comment. Hey, Jay, it's almost midnight, and I don't think either of us have dancing energy right now, but we still have a New Year's kiss at stake. I think we should give ourselves at least somewhat of a celebration. I don't know. I know we both like someone, but I promise I won't say a word. Would you like to share a midnight kiss with me? He smiled at me eagerly, and for the first time ever, I think I saw Drake blush. Yeah, sure. Okay, just blurt out. Okay, guys, you like each other. Just say it already. Smiled back at him, not blushing more than he was. He nodded, scooting closer. What is it gonna feel like? I leaned in and met him halfway. I saw him smile right before I closed my eyes and pressed my lips against his. They were soft and tasted sweet. He kissed me again, and his hand found my cheek, rubbing his thumb across my skin. I could have passed out from all the explosions going on inside me. We held the kiss for a few seconds and pulled away so that we were staring in each other's eyes. Both of us were breathing hard like we just made out for an hour. Happy New Year's, Jay. He beamed at me. I smiled and nodded and trying to snap out of the rushing emotion he gave me for a second ago. I couldn't get over how I felt right now. Alright. So, that's the end of this chapter. Crazy how this ended. I'm surprised. They finally kissed, but they don't know that they like each other. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow, and until next time, gays, okay, just ask the GSA. Mwah.